Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mandla Catholic. Thank you so much for tuning into my video. In today's video, I will be talking about the etymology of patriarchy. What is patriarchy? What is the term a patriarchal system? What is a patriarchal man and what is a patriarchal woman? And obviously, mhlawumbe ngizokunikeza examples ngesiZulu ukuthi yini patriarchy. Masikhuluma about a patriarchal man, a Zulu patriarchal man. What are we talking about? And obviously, I will be giving you relative examples to try and make the term patriarchy sound more so relative to you so that you understand it. Cool. Please stay tuned to my video. So the premise of my video will start on the quote that I read by this researcher that I can't remember by name of by heart, who said that it's very tempting to believe that male dominance is the natural state of a human society when it is not. And I actually concur so much with this quote because it's so easy to cover into the conditioning of believing that this is a man's world and men are born natural leaders, some stereotypes that form because of the terms of patriarchy. So that is why I actually concur with this quote, because it's easy to think like that when you should not think like that. Cool. So what is patriarchy? So basically patriarchy is a system or a societal system or a government system that enables the leadership of men or enables the supremacy of males. The term patriarchy is derived from the term patriarch that I'll obviously be writing down here because I cannot pronounce it, from the Greek word patriarchal, which means the rule of the father. Umthetho kababa ngesiZulu. So if ukhula emzini onobaba o strict and you knew ukuthi nje ukhale sakhe isicathulo, sounds like you grew up in a patriarchal home. But so in a society of a patriarchal system, men are more prone to opportunities and women are excluded from those opportunities and are led to believe that they're only good at one thing, and that thing is nurturing children or grooming their womanhood around their identity as either wife, sister, or girlfriend. But there is nothing that is more to you besides the fact that you're just a nurturer and you are someone who cooks and your duty is in the kitchen. So that is what a patriarchal system actually enforces. So in Greek, the term patriarchy actually is very similar to words like, very synonym to words like dominance, authority, law, sovereignty, domination. So what is a patriarchal man? A patriarchal man then is then someone who actually enforces and believes in those terms of patriarchy and uses them every day to his benefit, whether consciously or unconsciously. And a patriarchal woman is a woman who, even though oppressed by the very same system of patriarchy, endorses or enforces most women to adhere to patriarchal terms, even though most women don't want to. So that's why sometimes you are called a pick-me, or someone calls you a pick-me. It's because you are literally you are unconsciously favoring the men, even though the situation does not present itself for you to favor men but to favor women. But because you have been conditioned to think that a man should come first in any sphere of your life, you're obviously going to pick something that is going to make you likable to men when it is not supposed to be like that. So it makes you come across as someone who wants to be picked by men. Like, pick me. Did not invent that, by the way. So what is wrong with the patriarchal system? The patriarchal system actually creates a lot of gender biases, a lot of gender stereotypes, a lot of gender inequality, and you still see this kakulu in countries in the Middle East or South Asia, or India, any countries that is led by Muslim laws. they are very patriarchal. They are very stern on what women can and cannot do. And traditions, culture, religion, they contribute so much to this patriarchal system. And that's why I was saying, there are a lot of researchers that actually talk about patriarchal. It's not something that actually started manje, because it started way before they even wrote the Bible, because in the Bible there are a lot of patriarchal terms, and in other religions, there are a lot of oppressive views and patriarchal views that are against a woman's liberation, or are against a woman who thinks liberally, or against a woman who's a liberalist. So according to a qualitative study that was done on 2020's worst countries in the Middle East, and India amongst the worst countries to live in because of their gender inequality. And some of these gender inequalities that are perpetuated by a patriarchal system that we see today are actually human trafficking. Women are more prone to human trafficking than they are men. Child marriages, young girls are forced to get married to old men. And when we live in a modern society, you might actually think this is still not happening, but it's actually still happening in parts of, even in this country. So it's a patriarchal, it's an intergenerational patriarchal oppressive system that is still affecting a lot of girls. The last one would be like representation in government. If you look at the scale of men and women in parliament or in government seats, there are a lot of men in parliament than there actually are women. And I think when we are talking about a patriarchal government or a patriarchal governing party, we are talking about systems that, even if the law prohibits certain things from taking place, that will actually, even if the government puts us laws that protect women against any patriarchal ideologies or customs or culture or whatever, it's kind of hard to implement those laws, because the people who are the lawmakers, people who are supposed to ensure that those laws are put into effect, are actually men. So it's like, how do you give up power when you hold all the power? So it's kind of sad, man, how we're watching all these gender-based violence stats skyrocket, to watch all these crime stats skyrocket, and this femicide that is happening skyrocket, and there's actually nothing that we can do, because the people who are lawmakers are actually men. Just to give you examples of a patriarchal society in a family household, patriarchal household, ekhaya kushaya isicathulo sikababa, umshaya umthetho kababa, ubaba, he doesn't do anything ekhaya, he just sits all day, but uyayifuna iplate elishisayo, and the plate in lakhe he wants 2 pieces of meat, today and don't you think this plate, he deserves it because he works hard? Sana, he could be unemployed, he could be a drunkard, he could be an abuser, but if he says he wants 2 pieces of chicken on his plate, you're gonna give him 2 pieces of chicken on his plate, because by merit he deserves it, because he is a patriarchal man, and men by virtue deserve 2 pieces at home. Another example I can give you is actually that Baba doesn't play with children, Baba doesn't do anything, doesn't concern himself with his indaba yesikolo, with ingane. He doesn't even bother going to child parents meeting, because he believes that your mom should be doing that. He doesn't escort you to varsity. He believes your mom should be doing that, or you should be doing that on your own. That is actually such a huge patriarchal system. Household. Now imagine when you are in a patriarchal household and you actually are a pastor. So it's like you are imparting all of your patriarchal ways to young boys to go and pester young girls with the same ideologies that are no longer relevant in the society that we are trying to groom. In a Zulu household, it's very perpetuated. A wife is secondary to a man. A man speaks to the ancestors. The man speaks to a male ancestor. and previously sekungcono manje if kwakushonile umuntu wesilisa, inheritance was not given to the wife or to children, it was given to girl children, it was given to young boys. Kushona umuntu wesilisa ekhaya enomfana omncane, lo mfana omncane by virtue automatically he becomes the head of the household. Kukhona abantu besifazane abadala, you understand what I mean? So nje a patriarchal system is very oppressive and it's very redundant. So actually one of the stats that I actually found out is the fact that South Africa is put in the best countries with the best law when it comes to gender representation. So there's hardly any gender inequality. The gender inequality in South Africa is not as vast as other countries, but there is still a lot of gender biases and gender inequality. Don't let that fool you. So yeah, but basically this is what I believe, that a patriarchal system needs to be talked about, it needs to be dismantled, it needs to be rectified, okay, if for the sake of you can't let go of the fact that you are male and your manhood is important to you. So okay, fine, it can be rectified to accommodate both genders and all the other genders as well, because a patriarchal system sometimes shuts out people and wants people to live in a very heteronormative society. So I sincerely believe that the first step to curbing everything, to curbing a patriarchal system, is the law, and the law is already in place. So right now we are all just dealing with internalized values. We are trying to work on our morality and our norms. So talking about it and defying it is actually part of the process of implementing it out of our system. So this is a short video, but I was trying by all means to be very minimalist because I know I can talk for like the entire day, but hopefully the gist of the video has been gotten. I will be doing on my next video, we're talking about a matriarchal society. So yep, guys, thank you so much for tuning into my channel. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Okay, and yep, so I'll see you next time on another video. Bye.